Hey guys, Ray from loveyourrv.com, back here to install the lift assist for my solid step. So a couple videos ago I installed the solid step from Lippert components onto the rig, and they do have an optional accessory that gives you these gas strut will help me lift the solid step back in place. It actually goes up and fits into the door if you saw the video. And it's a little hefty. I can do it okay, but it's a little harder for Anne or someone who's not too strong. So with this strut that you install, the solid step basically will be able to lift up with basically one finger and put out with just one finger. So what I have to do to install that, this is the upgrade kit here, is I'm going to have to replace part of the existing solid step. This is the top part that bolts into the floor of the RV. I'm also going to have to replace the mechanism that locks it in place in the doorway, and then install this with the strut beside the doorway. Now this upgrade kit can only be used for the version 3 of the solid step, and only for the 3-step or the 4-step version, not the 2-step. So it can't be used for the older version, this generation 2 here. You can see it has kind of an open frame on the side, so you have to have a solid frame. There's also a narrow and a wide version to the steps. I have the narrow version, so we got the 20-inch tread width and the door between 26 inches and 24 inches. For wider doors, you can get a wider tread width of 24 inches. So first things first is I'm going to have to pull off the steps, unscrew them from the door sill there, and then I can swap this hardware and this hardware, and we can put that back in place and get to installing the strut. When I installed the solid step, I put these wood screws in here. There was 2 methods of installing the solid step. You could go with wood screws as long as your flooring was of sufficient thickness wood-wise. Some floorings use a foam in between. They don't really have the strength to just use screws. I guess they do that to save weight in trailers. So in that case you have to use a backing plate on the other side and sandwich it between. But I didn't have to do that. But I just thought I'd mention that they give you the new backing plate as well if your solid step has that sort of arrangement. So we'll pull those screws out and peel the steps off. There we be. If you missed the installation of the solid step, I'll have links to the previous video so you can go take a look. So next what I'm going to have to do is undo these nuts and bolts here so I can swap that, and right here so I can swap that. Pretty simple. And they provided new hardware for all that too. Right there, you get your nuts and bolts, and the nuts have a nylock inside them, so they stay in place. So for install, you're going to want a little standard socket set and some standard hex wrenches, Allen keys, Phillips screwdriver, and a drill of some sort helps. Okay, let's pull those off. Couldn't get that top nut with a socket, so I had to go regular flat wrench here and get in there. This is actually a ratcheting wrench, which is kind of nice. They're made by Gear Wrench. Really convenient for getting into tight spots. There are ratchets up there. And this is a set of 1/4-inch drive channel lock. It's been a good little kit to have in the RV as well. Okay, so they got the top part put on, and you can see that adds, what they've done is they've welded on this piece here. And then it's got a mount for that gas strut to go on, and it will fit inside. And we'll change out this door lock mechanism. I can't really see a compelling reason as to why I had to change that. The only difference between the two I noticed is this one here has kind of a triangle notch coming out of it. This one here didn't. So there could be some reason I'm not seeing yet for that, or possibly it has something to do with something that involves the 4-step version, or maybe they're just including it because maybe some customers had the prior non-adjustable. Some of these came at a fixed width, whereas this one you can adjust it for different door frame sizes. Anyway, we'll get that screwed back up in place there, and then we can work on the strut install. So this mounting plate sat a little bit further back than the other one. Also, I decided, since I had the extra screws, I'd just double up just for a little bit extra strength on that. Okay, so next I'm going to have to line up this strut right above the bottom one. It says to put it right against the door edge there, so I'm going to have to move my fire extinguisher because the mount was right beside there. I'll have to move it over slightly. And probably going to have to take out a bit of that trim so that it can sit flush against the wall there. But looks like it'll work. I guess they want you to do that too because you're going to catch probably an aluminum beam right behind that door frame there. There we go, got that trim piece cut and pulled off. A couple tools that are handy for that is this multi-tool. Has a flush cut end on it, so it's a good tool for around the RV because it's so small, but it's really handy to do jobs on. And this hive tool for prying off the trim there. Anyway, now I can get that mounted against the wall where it's supposed to be. Last task I had to do was install the strut. Just bring the stairs in, and then they simply just push on at each end of the strut. It came with two different strengths of strut. There's one for this 3-step, and then there's a higher pound rated one for the 4-step. That's why there was 2 struts included. And that part just falls down there. Push the steps out. Let's see what she does when she goes out. Folds right back up in there. So as far as the screws there, I was able to get the 8 screws in there, and they all felt like they bit pretty good, like they went into an aluminum beam on the door frame there. So, time to test her out, see how she works. A little fast. Awesome, works pretty good. We'll get Ann to give her a try. Okay, moment of truth. Let's have Ann do the stairs now.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to go like this again. Oh, I think that locked it. Not quite locked. Oh, there we go.
There you go, yeah. It's kind of scary, like it's going to come flying out at you, but it stops.
There. Easy peasy.
So what do you think?
Yeah.
You like them?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, one more try.
Okay, now that I know how it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. One thing Ann noted with these stairs, you actually, to put them away, you don't even have to bend over. They're light enough that you can just grab them on the edge and get them going. Which, if you've ever had a bad back, sometimes bending over is a big pain. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, that completes the install of the solid step system. I got the stairs and also the underneath storage box, that assisting gas strut. They also do make a railing that hooks on over here for people that need a railing going down the stairs. Anyway, if you haven't seen the other videos, I'll link to a playlist I've created for the Lippert components reviews I'm doing. And also on the blog, I've set up a special category for the Lippert LCI reviews. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Until next time, Ray from Love Your RV. Cheers, folks.